Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we will be doing the My Team Career Mode for episode number 6 for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix around Enzo Dino Ferrari. Obviously a long name to pronounce, but we move on to Imola. Or this actually, this actually, I did make a mistake though in the last video. We did have a triple header. I thought we were in the middle of the triple header, but no, this is actually the triple header. So this is going to be interesting because again, upgrades might fall behind just a little bit because again, upgrades really can't go on the car, but we got some money to spend, and I think I want to do it on personnel, only because I want to improve Liam's driving. And from what happened in Miami, I need Liam to possibly get up here and fight for the positions. I might do a personal upgrade, or I might wait. But look at this, claim level 5. We could finally get a new sponsor on board, which sponsors mean money. So taking a look at some of these, some of them are actually pretty good. Looks like we got some achieved some top 10s, top 5s, complete a race with no DNFs within the team. That one is actually saying complete a total of 10 laps during the race weekend. Got beat your rival during a race, score 3 constructor championship points during a weekend, achieve a top 14 finish, achieve a top 16 finish in the race. Team complete a total of 10 laps during practice, out qualify your rival, qualify in P15 or better, qualify your rival, simple as that. So we might go with just a simple one, Alkins Energy, I think. I don't know how you pronounce that, but I just want to go with something safe. Again, we'll change probably these sponsors here and there. Again, I mean, I honestly want to look for the best payout and the best weekly income. And obviously the best weekly income would be like 100k a week, you know. So I mean, a gold bonus, there's a good gold bonus right there. Qualify your rival, it's 108k, which again, out qualifying your rival, it could, again, I mean, that could be one, but again, it's just I feel like our rivals are gonna be like crazy. But we're gonna sign with the energy people, the energy people, and we'll put some more sponsors on the car. So at least we're getting a little bit more sponsors, which is good because more income, more money will be needed to upgrade our facilities. But it's time for the upgrades. As you can tell right now, a triple header weekend. We got Imola, Monaco, and also Spain coming up. Obviously, it's going to be a bit challenging to get upgrades on the car because, again, I mean, it's hard to get upgrades on for a triple header. But thankfully, we're going to upgrade our ERS, and that's all we could basically do because we got this major weight redistribution upgrade coming on the car for I think it's for Spain, but I could be wrong. So there's that, or it could be coming out from Monaco, who knows. But we might do some front downforce. Our downforce isn't too bad, but we just, again, I mean, I'd like some downforce on the car, simple as that. But here we are for practice 1 at Imola. We did the Pirelli hot laps, we did all that, but one thing to keep in mind though that you actually will not see is it's gonna be a wet quali session and also a wet race. They're predicting the whole race to stay wet, and qualifying it's gonna be, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a wet session as well. So there's really no point in running. So we might go for a dry setup, but again, I can't really get a good idea for a dry setup around Imola because again, it's just, again, this is still very early with setups. But again, I mean, I've just went in the time trial and just took in every setup I could get. But again, I want to get more into setups. I want to make my own setups, but I'm not I'm not very good at that. So that's my weaknesses with when it comes to this game. But practice 3 is done. Got all the development boosts applied. Got some resource points in, which is very much needed because, again, I would like to upgrade more and more of this car. But Liam actually didn't bring in any discounts, so it's pretty bad from Liam. I'm sorry, bud, but Liam is a bit on the chopping block. He needs to start performing. It's been 5 races, and it's not great. Mate's got to perform. He's got to. He's been Yeah, he's been pole, but Team Acclaim on the rise. That's one thing to keep in mind, but very much indeed. Here we are, qualifying here for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Hopefully we can get into Q3 again and get some pizza afterwards for that, because yeah, it was if you remember the last time out in Miami, that was a pretty poor qualifying session for me. But it's actually my first laps in the wet weather conditions, so it might be a bit challenging. But oh my god, we're already, looks like I almost lost the car there, but that is not a good lap. Off a lot by Liam, lost about a second there, but again, Q2 lap is, I mean, not Q2, Q1 lap, the third lap is pretty good. We put in a lot of fuel, and we actually have enough time to do multiple runs, and that is why I kind of like wet weather sessions, because again, you can put in more runs with your car and tires, because again, it works out, so it's brilliant. But see what this lap puts us. It actually puts us P6, so that's a pretty good lap, a purple sector 3, so the track is improving quite a lot. And the track did improve a lot, to the point where it was actually inters. And we get into Q1 safely as that, P7. 4/10, about almost half a second off Max Verstappen, which is not good, but and of course, Liam's not into Q2. And that's P21, 2 seconds off the pace, mate. What is going on with Liam? I don't know what to say, but anyways, Q2 was done and dusted. It was actually quite dry. The track changed a lot, and we were able to put in a dry time. It wasn't the greatest lap, but that got us into Q3, which I'm happy about. But one thing to keep an eye on, Carlos Sainz was out in Q2 at the home race for Ferrari. That is not what you want to see, but one thing to keep in mind though is now we are getting ready for our last lap dash for Q3. On the wet weather setup, we actually did a lap before that got us up into P4. We actually only did one run. We just waited to just do 2 good qualifying laps. I wanted to get 2 laps in, and we got our first lap in. Run out a little bit wide though again, but qualifying is complete now in this section. No one else is really improving, but we're improving by almost a second. So this is going to be a pretty good lap. I don't know what the pace is to the guys up in front though. We could be like a second and a half behind. I don't know, because I don't really get a good idea, but it's absolutely, so far it's an amazing lap so far. A 1.3 second improvement now coming into the last couple of corners. But once again, this is going to be crucial for this lap. Now second up and down into the last couple of corners of this lap. And again, we're losing a little bit of time here once again, but this could be a decent lap. This could be actually a decent lap. That is one thing to keep in mind, but proven by a second now. Where can this put us? Are we going to get on the front row for Imola? Are we going to get pole? Do we get pole?
Yes, excellent.
We get pole! What a lap!
Nice work.
Oh my god! That's pole position for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. I can't believe it. What was that lap? What was the lap? By almost half a second we beat Verstappen. Holy... Oh my god. Oh. I am very much pleased with that lap. I am not complaining with that lap. Oh god, what a lap. I was not expecting that. I was expecting like a front row. I don't even think we even had that good of a lap, to be honest, but we found a lot of time. We really did. That's pole position for Imola, and that's actually key because we could be on target for some good points. I'm actually happy right now. Let's move on to the race.
Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters wearing red today, and they've all turned out for what we're expecting will be a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Unlike most Formula One tracks, Imola is driven anti-clockwise and offers our drivers today just over 3 miles of glistening wet tarmac to negotiate. It's made up of a roughly equal split of 9 right-hand turns and 10 left-hand. Watch the drivers on the way into turn 16. Managing their speed there will be crucial, with the rain only adding to the difficulty of that downhill braking section, which then, of course, leads into the track's longest straight, though no DRS there today, of course. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Joker lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, Bottas, Ocon, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Perez, Magnussen, Zhou, Hulkenberg, Albon, Sargent, Fernando Alonso, De Vries, Liam Lawson, Tsunoda, Liam Lawson. And now it's time to head down to the track. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once more by Anthony Davidson. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race, but can they keep that momentum going into this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Here we are on the grid for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It is going to be a wet race. Soaking conditions. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I am pretty confident in this car, and I think we can get some good points paying positions. But anyways, 5 red lights now. We're now underway for Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. But anyways, Verstappen gets a decent start. We get a much better start, just enough of a good start. And we're gonna jump Leclerc, and we're gonna jump Verstappen down into Tamburello chicane. Very much. What a decent start to this Grand Prix. We now lead our first. I think this is our first race that we've led a lap in this career mode series so far. So I am very much impressed by the speed of this car, but it's going to be a bit of a challenge though as well, because again, I don't expect to hold on to this lead very much through Toza, and Verstappen has the inside. He's going to have this inside going up into Piratella much as we can. Verstappen dumping much more overtake than us. We're dumping overtake as well. We're going to go around Piratella. We're going to have the outside. We're going to give Verstappen just enough room, and we're going to get that move, and we're going to keep that on going down to Aqua Minerale, and very much key to get a good exit and a good run through this next couple of corners. Now approaching Piratella, the Variante Alta. My apologies for the botch. But yeah, Verstappen is going to be all over our rear wing. I don't know how much we're going to keep this going on, but heading down into Rabatza, very much. This is going to be a fun one. I don't want to hold off Verstappen too much though, because again, I know that he's not our race. Our race is basically just I think is honestly with the McLarens today, and mainly Lando Norris. But again, I do want to hold on to these positions, because again, if I can get this gap, I can maybe kind of pull away. But Leclerc is going to fight Verstappen. Verstappen's in the slipstream. He's dumping much more overtake than us. Verstappen around the outside, and he doesn't keep that on. We go out wide through Tamburello, and Verstappen's going to get the Leclerc done, and Leclerc's going to get the move done, and we make a middle back end loss, and Russell jumps us as well. So that's not great. Obviously, it's probably the worst thing imaginable, but it's alright. We're going to keep moving on. And it looks like we got someone retiring in the back. I don't know who that is. I think that might be Nico Hulkenberg or Kevin Magnussen. And it's Hulkenberg again. That's another retirement for the Haas driver, and that's a VSC. The virtual safety car has been deployed. Huh. Okay. So, alright. Thank you for that. But now we're going to keep moving on. VSC ending, and we're now go back green flag racing now in this race. They actually haven't got Hulkenberg off the track yet, but Hamilton, he's on super. Oh! Red flag! Red flag has been deployed on lap 3 of this race. I wonder if this is due to the weather, or if this, I honestly think it's from the weather, because again, I think they said that red flags can be caused from the weather, so There's nothing much we can do. I mean, we could try to go for inters, but I don't know. It looks like it's just going to be wet the whole race, but if we get like a good line, we might be able to go on inters, but I think we're just going to go with the preferred strategy. We're going to go put on a new set of wets, and we're going to see what the fuzz is all about. But anyways, 5 red lights now underway for round 2, and we're now underway for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, part number 2 of the restart. Anyways, we get a decent start ahead. We're going to jump George Russell on the start. Leclerc in the slipstream of Max Verstappen. Very much a key. Those two guys going at it. If you remember, nothing, just an incident. And again, and Leclerc goes out wide, and Leclerc's in the gravel. He cuts a chicane and through Tamburello, and that is a disaster for Ferrari. Oh my god! And speaking of that, we're actually in the pit lane, and look at this gambles for Perez and Ocon, and also Liam. Guys are going on intermediates on lap 6 of this race, and I'm kind of keen to that, and I might want to enter that, and I might pit for the intermediate tires, and they're pretty quick. Sergio actually has been putting in some personal best. Now for me, I'm really debating on putting these inters, because look at this. Look at these tires. Overheating like insane. The tire pressures are the same. I didn't change them at all, but I'm just going offline to see if I can get some water in them. And again, it's going to be key to see what Sergio's lap time is when he comes across the line, because if he's quicker than us, then we're coming into pits. And I think he is, so I think car feels great. We're going to come into the pits now, and we're going to pit for the intermediate tires. This is going to be a gamble of a lifetime. And some of y'all might think this might be a bad strategy, because again, like, what if it just starts downpouring again and they're not improving? Honestly, I'm pretty confident that we can shuffle these guys out. We just got to keep this on. But anyways, coming through, dump as much as we can, out and about. Here we are, getting ready to come back out into this race. But we got to see if we can jump Liam Lawson, though. Liam is going to have much more overspeed than us. I think we should be able to jump him, though. Do we jump him just enough? Yes, we do. And now it is time to see how quick our pace is with the inters, because Liam was setting some personal best too. He was lapping faster than me, but now we're on the same tire, so we might be able to get ahead. And now the main question is, though, how quick can we catch up to Sergio Perez, and how quick can we catch up to Esteban Ocon? Because again, they're going to be in the traffic, and the traffic is going to bite them in the arse, very much indeed. But looking on board now, look at this gap of cars here once again. I don't know. That might be me. I don't think that is me, though. Or that might be one of the McLarens. My apologies. Or no, it's a Ferrari. That's actually Leclerc from earlier. But anyways, looking through his managed section, and Bottas spun it out, and he gets hit, and he gets hit by Logan Sargent as well. That's some chaos down there. And he backs right into the Ferrari. And that actually was Leclerc. So that's Carlos Sainz. I forgot Sainz was out in Q2 in this race, but through Piratella and now down to Aqua Minerale, we have overtake opportunities passing on Charles Leclerc. But again, we're pretty quick with the inters. We got around Sonoda. I think they all boxed for front wing damage. And again, Bottas absolutely in the back of that pack. But anyways, we're gonna fight Leclerc now as much as we can. And Leclerc hit us a little bit. We're gonna get the move done through Variante Alta, and now going down into Ravazza. Can we get around Lance Stroll here? We got much more overspeed on Lance Stroll. We're gonna get that move done. Stroll's gonna defend the inside, and we get the move done. Actually, Valtteri Bottas retires 3 laps later, and VSC is deployed again. Please no safety car. Please no safety car. No, we don't. Safety car is good, and we are clear. Once again, green flag racing back out here in Imola. Lap 13 of this race now. We've actually caught up to Perez, and we're gonna go down the inside on Ravazza on Perez. And what a move, but Perez is going to have the inside line through the second Ravazza. And he's going to... Nope, he can't get the move done. We're him. We're him. But now Nick DeFries is also in this. He's also on the wets. And we're absolutely just flying, going down into the Villeneuve chicanes. I think that might be the chicane. I don't know. Quote me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember all my names around Imola, so it's pretty difficult. But anyways, we're all over the back of Ocon, though. We can easily get past Ocon. We are flying. I mean, the tire wear is not even that bad, but we're just... Because, again, all 4 of us are on inters. we're able to get through this field, but Liam is struggling to get through this field. I don't know if it's like something, I don't know what's going on, if he's just struggling to get past the Ferrari. It could be something like that, but we get a much better exit than Ocon. Ocon's going to give us probably not a lot of room, but through Variante Alta, we're going to have the inside line, and we're, oh, that might be a little bit dirty. That might be a little bit dirty. We ran out wide, but we just gave him enough space. And Zhou is now the next in line to get overtaken. We're going to go shoot around the outside of Zhou Guanyu, give him just enough space, and we're going to give him space. We made a little bit of contact there, but again, what a move. That moves us up. Now going after the American, Logan Sargent, who's actually running pretty close in the points, and someone has binned it. I don't know who binned it. That might be Ocon or Gas. No, I think that's Ocon. Ocon is actually, I don't know what happened to Ocon. I think he ran out wide. But anyways, down the inside through Toza. We get the move done on Logan Sargent. And now we chase after Fernando Alonso. Which, I've had some pretty good battles with him. I didn't really battle much with Fernando. But anyways, we're in the DRS, not the DRS, we're in the slipstream. We're dumping much more battery than him. We're going to get that move done. Do we get around Alonso? Yes, we do. Bye-bye, Fernando. Move us up into the nice points-paying position. It's only a point, though, which is kind of unfortunate, but what are you going to do about it? Exactly. But anyways, through the Villeneuve chicane down to Toza, now up to Kevin Magnussen. We've gained a lot on Magnussen, pulled 2 seconds away from Alonso. Magnussen's in the points. Alex Albon's also in the points for Williams, but again, goes around the outside, and he's almost almost hit us and almost made some contact there, but we're gonna ultimately get ahead. Look at Alex Albon in this fight. Carlos Sainz has actually made a hell of a comeback, and Pierre Gasly's actually holding up this train of cars. So if we can get around these guys, then we can chase after the McLarens. And honestly, pit stops are going to be coming though for these guys. And again, do they stay out on wets or do they pit for inters? But I was debating on me staying out and going to the end, but with these tire wear upgrades, it doesn't really, we might be struggling to just hang on. But we got past Albon through Piratella and now down to Aqua Minerale, which Sainz and Gasly, we actually gain a lot of time on these guys. Again, I mean, we just get a much better exit. And I believe Sergio Perez actually caught back up into the rear wing of the Aston Martin of Fernando Alonso. But these tires are done. These tires are getting pretty done here. But we're going to go around the outside of Carlos Sainz. Do we have a shot on Gasly? We might think about we're going to have the inside. Make Sainz go around the outside through the pier to Ravazzas. But again, ultimately we're going to stay ahead, and now we chase the Pierre Gasly now in the remaining couple laps of this race here once again. We're going to see, and actually no, pit stops are happening on, yep, here they are. Verstappen and Russell have gone to inters, so everyone I'm 100% confident is going to be going to inters. I don't think everybody's going to be coming into the pits at the same time, so we might need to box. I was only going to say that because, again, if they weren't going to, if they were going to just stay out on wets, then I would have probably stayed out. But again, the tires are just so bad. But Piastri stayed out another lap, and we actually could take the lead back of this race. But we're going to pit this lap, and we're going to pit for another set of inters. And I believe Liam has also pitted for another set of inters as well. So Liam is still back there with I believe that's Nick DeFries or Yuki Tsunoda, one of the two, but there's nothing I can really do. But one thing though is I don't know if we're going to get undercutted. That's one thing to keep in mind. But both me and Piastri are going to come into the pits now for the change for an intermediate set of tires. But Verstappen sets the fast lap of the race at 127.4. He is going to be, I think he's going to win this race by a mile. But George Russell is going to put up a good fight with him. Now, I think the Merc is faster coming into this weekend. But again, we need a good stop from the boys. Do we get a good stop? Yes, we do. Oh no, something slow. Almost a 5-second stop there. Something was slow. I don't know what was, but oh, that could have cost that might cost us. Honestly, we're gonna get probably swarmed by Gasly, Sainz, Albon, Perez, Magnussen. I think Leclerc is not in this, but we get ahead of Kevin Magnussen though. We get ahead of Magnussen, but Magnussen's gonna go down the inside. We're gonna, oh my, he just hit our side pod. Thanks for that, K-Mag. But we're gonna stay ahead. That's positive. We're in the points now, and we're gonna stay in these points hopefully for the rest of this Grand Prix. But again, that Haas is pretty quick, and Fernando Alonso, he's pretty quick as well. So that is one thing to keep in mind. But we jumped Sergio Perez. I believe Perez went out a little bit wide through one of the corners. So we're going to get ahead. But lap 22 now. Now we have to chase after Alex Albon, which I don't know if we're going to be able to get after Albon. Because, again, we're running the same. We're now basically identical pace with the Williams. That is one thing to keep in mind, is that we're running identical pace. And Gasly is just... Wait, Gasly's just too far up ahead. I feel like Gasly might be a little bit challenging to get past. Because, again, I mean... Him and the McLarens are basically the same pace as us. And Lando Norris is having a great job of a race. He's up there in P4 in that McLaren. I don't think that's Oscar Piastri, because I think Piastri's ahead of this train of cause. But also one thing to keep in mind, though, is that now we do have to defend from Sergio Perez, though, because honestly, I honestly don't know what's going to happen with the red flag, because this was obviously pre-patch for the red flag, but I hope we don't get affected by this red flag. So I want to make up as many positions as I can, because if I get screwed out of the points, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm going to be so mad. But I'm pretty confident we can get past Albon here for P8 in this race. With 10 laps remaining left in this race, now 9 to go left in this race, we're gonna dump all the DRS, all the slipstream, all the battery again. Do we get around Albon? No, we don't. Albon goes out a little wide there once again, but ultimately he kind of stays out of. He kind of cruised on. But we thought about a move, and one thing that kind of did affect us is that well, we got a bit squirrely, and we got a bit loosey goosey. But dumping more overtake on Albon. Do we send one down the inside? Yes, we do. Through the two Ravazzas. Do we get the move done? Yes, we do. Load me up like a buttercup, baby. Up to P8. Let's do it. Let's do this. We've done a great job, but now it's just to see if we can push after Pierre Gasly. I'm pushing. I'm not holding back. But Perez is gonna get past Albon here, but Albon's got so much overspeed on us too, so that is very much key. But Fernando Alonso is also entering this fight. But again, I wonder if Albon can hold on to Williams for these points-paying positions, because again, that Williams is, I don't think he's yet to score points yet, but he's going to have Fernando Alonso. Or no, Alonso's actually backed off a lot, so he's actually not got ahead. But now our main fight is now with Sergio Perez, because again, we need to defend from Sergio as much as we can. And we're going to give Sergio the inside, and we're going to let him have it. But again, he goes out wide and through the Tamburello, and well, he just doesn't get the move done. But now entering the last lap of the Grand Prix, the two Ravazzas, and now it's going to be key for this last lap to basically get ahead of Sergio as much as we can. And I think we might be able to get ahead of Sergio, but last lap now, Sergio's got much more straight line speed. That Red Bull's quick in the straight line. Remember, we couldn't catch up to Gasly, though, that's one thing. Sergio's going to go around the outside. We're going to give him just enough space. We're going to give him just enough to make it fair, and we're going to hang on for P8 now in this race. But now, we push on. Sergio actually could not really gain much time through the Villeneuve, Tamburello, Aqua Minerale, etc. So, one thing. Actually, you get a much better exit, though, but again, I think we're just going to hold on, because, again, the AI, they don't really send it down here anymore as they used to in F1 22. But Verstappen is going to come across the line, and Max Verstappen is going to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. George Russell comes home P2, and Lewis Hamilton gets P3 for Mercedes. But we're going to get P8 across the line. That's not bad.
They take the checkered flag then here in Imola in what has been another outstanding Grand Prix. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
There you go. Max Verstappen wins here in Italy and around Imola, which goes pretty well around here. I actually remember the Imola curse that he had for the longest time, or just entirely from the country of Italy, where Max struggled a lot. But both Mercedes guys get on the podium as well for Red Bull. For Red Bull, for Mercedes. So they push up further ahead for to Red Bull. I believe Red Bull are still leading the constructors after the end of this race. I could be wrong. I think they were leading the constructors before, but now the main question is does the red flag bug get us? Yep, it does, unfortunately. But good news is we finished P8, but okay, whatever, P9. That's still points though. That's still points. But one thing to keep in mind though is that Charles Leclerc, I believe it was like last, and he somehow got up to P6. So I don't really get that part. But I don't know who else got screwed though. Alex Albon got screwed. He was P10. He got moved to P14. So Williams gets screwed out of points. Yeah, the red flag bug is not great. Liam though does get P18 though, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But that puts us more points on the board, and nope, Mercedes now take the lead in the Constructors' Championship. We sit P7 now, comfortably ahead of Haas now for Romeo. I have to chase up to Alpine, which Alpine and McLaren are actually tied now on points, so we sit P13 in the standings. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is that we are pushing forward just enough. It's just a matter of time is if we can keep this momentum up going into the next couple of races. That is one thing to keep in mind. But overall, I'm very happy with the result in today's race. We did a decent job, I think. Honestly, we managed the pace good. Obviously, the again, I mean, pole position. I was not expecting pole position in this race. I didn't even expect us to even like. I thought we were gonna be a solid P5, but no, I'll take a pole position any day. But I think it mainly is just, I feel like if we did stay out on the wets, we probably could have gotten dropped by like the big three. So it was just safe to pit. It was probably the safest solution as well for the team. So we ultimately decided to pit, and was that the right call? Maybe, maybe not, because again, I mean, I don't know, because again, the red flag hit, and hell, we probably could have got out of the points. I don't know what's going on, but that's all I got in today's episode, though, around the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. I hope you all enjoyed this video of my team, and if you want to see some more my team content, please like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. I love you all for doing that, but have a good rest of your day, y'all. Be safe out there, and I'll see y'all in the next one.